Hi, I'm gonna talk about love. I'm not gonna record a video as I usually do, but I'm just gonna talk my mind off about it. The main thing that I want to talk about is that I believe someone can love anyone. The reason why I believe that is because you are what you make life out to be. You make all these choices based on what you want. And you can always adopt your own perspective. You can always adapt your perspective to how you see things, to how you perceive things, and how they make you feel about it. And of course, there's always an initial reaction of how you feel about something, but then there's also, like, you've ever been in a situation where you hear something, or you're talking to someone, and you're with someone, and at first they say something that might bother you, right? But then you think about it, and then you can come to appreciate what they say. You're adapting your perspective based on the person that you are and the person that you want to be, in a way. So when I say that you can choose to love anyone, I really mean that. Of course, there's always going to be a person that you meet that you just naturally have love for, or like the person, because they already have a bunch of qualities that are set in stone, that you don't have to develop, or that you don't have to adapt to. But when it comes to someone different, when it comes to someone new, something that you're not used to, you can still love that person. Because in the event of everything, there's always a basis at, how do I say this? In the event of anything, there's always a foundation of where something will stem from. For example, let's say, this is gonna be so random, but let's say you love the sky. One of the reasons why you like the sky is because it's blue. That can be one of the foundations of the reason why you like the sky. Like that. Like, I know what I just said was like complex, and then I just gave it the most basic response. But I really hope that makes sense. But there's always a basis of everything. No matter how complex something can be, there's always a basic foundation of where it stems from. And that falls into love as well. Everybody is so different, and everybody can change, and everybody can adapt to their lifestyle. So, and to give it a somewhat bad term, is kind of like, I don't want to say brainwashing, but you can always change your mind, and sometimes you have to do so for the better. Especially if you're someone who's been damaged, who hasn't been in good relationships, or has been through traumatic events, then yes, you definitely have to change for the better. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a piece of yourself for the better. Sometimes you have to take the bad with the good. And when it comes to loving someone, when you first meet someone, I think the the first important thing, is looks. Are you attracted to this person? And that attracts you to the idea of, do I want to get to know this person? But then sometimes there are events where attraction doesn't happen. Like, for example, With attraction, if there's time, such as you see the person across the room, you see them around this place, you see them here and there, attraction can build up. Attraction is there. You can take the time to look at the person. But in moments where they just pop up out of nowhere and then you're instantly talking to them, attraction is still there, but now you're getting to know the person, and that's the personality. I believe attraction and looks are only 10% of what really matters in a relationship. Because attraction is gonna, all it's doing is attracting your attention. But let's say you meet someone who's like, you find very beautiful, but once you get to know them, they become ugly. Their heart is not in the right place, their mind is not in the right place, and you don't find them attractive anymore. But then let's say find someone you find someone you're attracted to, and they have a really good heart, good mind. Now you're attracted to two things: looks and personality. But one thing that I was also still just trying to figure out is like, um, one, not that I'm just trying to figure out, but I'm in the yeah, I'm like processing it still. But it's about, ooh, I'm giving a lot away. Um, I think personality makes a person look better as well. But I think that makes sense, right? Because now you're attracted to their personality, and that gives a boost in your your attractiveness towards them. I hope I'm not going off topic, but yeah, back to like just a circle. What's that thing they be saying? Just round, no, circle back. Is that what that is? Touch base? Yeah, just touch base. I feel like you can love anyone, but it's all about what you're willing to realize about the person and realize about your future and realize how stable everything can be if you choose that person. And the thing with love is that it's hard. You never know what you really have until you lose it. Until you start trying again to get a piece of it back. And then it's like, wow, I was so lucky the first time around. You don't want to let that go. With love, you can't be picky. Well, you can be picky about your person, but once that person comes around, you can't be too picky about everything. You have to take the bad with the good. And hopefully the bad isn't that bad. If the bad is that bad, then definitely don't take it, because then that's not your person. But there will be like little nuances, little faults, but we're not perfect. Nothing will ever be 100% perfect. And I think that's beautiful, because then that allows you, there's a sense of humility. No, there's a sense of humbleness that comes with that. To be able to be okay with the not perfect. Yeah. Oh, damn, what was I saying? Fuck. To be able to be okay with the not perfect. Yeah, once you find that person, stick with them. See how it goes. Be open. Understand your person. Understand yourself while you're with that person. Don't lose yourself in the process. Because in a way, you still have to be selfish with yourself, because you are your own person. You will eventually share this life with that person, but you still have to be yourself. Not every single moment can be about that person, because then now you might start kind of going crazy, and the other person might leave you, honestly, low key, unless the both of you are crazy. But but yeah, still be your own person. Still have your own little hobbies, your own little routine. Still be completely yourself. Because then that gives space, that provides. Oh my lord. I have my retainers on, so I'm sorry if I sound kind of weird. But then that provides space within a relationship. And space is a beautiful thing. Everything is good. Everything is better in moderation. And space within a relationship is part of that. Because why does that work? Because it gives you a little taste of how it is to be without that person. And in those moments, that's when you really get to appreciate said person even more. And it gives you a sense of, it tests your self-control and your patience as well. Because now it's like, okay, can I do this without them? Can you focus on other things without them? Can you still be your own person without them? You can depend on someone, but you can't depend on someone for life. Well, for your life. There you go. Not realistically speaking, but like under normal circumstances. Yeah. And yeah, space is a beautiful thing. So once you find your person, stick with them. Don't be too picky. Be patient, be kind, be considerate, be humble, be romantic. Do all these things and everything should be okay. It can be hard, but I have a really strong belief that if you're with the right person, a lot of things will come easy. If you're not with the right person, then and a lot of things will come. Things will be difficult, things will be stressed out. But when you're with the right person, everything just feels right. Everything feels easy, and it all makes sense. And not to say that, no, I do have a strong belief in that. If you're with the right person, it will come easy. Of course, you have the ups and downs. That's normal. But in a general sense, under normal circumstances, everything will come easy with that person. If it doesn't, then maybe reevaluate a little bit. Remember, it's under normal circumstances. I will leave that up to you guys to make out what normal circumstances are. But yeah, I think I can say more, but is there anything else? No, I think that's all. Have a good night, guys. Take care.